Thanks for watching this 16th video in a series of work solutions for Edexcel GCSE Computer Science. In this video we're going to go through how to get to the answers for question 5c, which is about network vulnerabilities, and we're going to talk through the keywords and the command words for question 6a, which is about legislation, the law and its impact on society. So, well done if you've reached this stage. Remember, if you're just starting, you can download this past paper from the link in the description. So 5 part C, it says a school wants to improve their network security. It uses a commercial analysis tool, so that's some software that you can buy from another company in order to identify several vulnerabilities on the school network. And we need to state what's meant by a vulnerability. 2 marks, so we need to make 2 points. A vulnerability then is a weakness in security, a flaw in security, a problem with the security, 1 mark. That could be exploited. That means that you can use it maliciously. A hacker can use it even without permission, even if you don't have the right access. You can use that flaw, 1 mark, in order to gain access, in order to gain unauthorized access. So even if you don't have the right username or password, you can use that vulnerability to do something that you shouldn't do. Okay, so 2 marks available. You only need to make 2 out of those 3 points. And then part 2, you need to identify 2, for 2 marks, methods of identifying vulnerabilities other than that commercial analysis tool. So there's 4, oh dear, there should be 4. Let's have a look. Here we go. There are 4 that you could talk about. You only need to talk about 2. So penetration testing is where you run a series of tests on your school network to try and find known vulnerabilities. So you'll scan which ports are open to see if there's any out-of-date software or any network protocols that are open that shouldn't be open. Ethical hacking means that you try and legally and morally hack into a computer network. So how do you do it legally and morally? The key thing here is that you get permission, written consent from the person who runs the network to say, I want to do some penetration testing, I want to try and find out the vulnerabilities, and then you get a piece of paper to say that you've got permission to do that. So that might just be trying loads of different common passwords or running known exploits, but as long as you've got permission from the network administrator. And then you've got review of 2 types of policy. So network policy, well, first of all, policy is just a list of rules. So in school, you might have a staff handbook that's a big document with loads of rules of what should happen. Review just means after a certain number of days, months, weeks, years, whatever, you look at that list of rules and see, does it need updating? So the network policy would mean, are you storing data securely? Is it encrypted? Do you have password rules? Do you have to update your passwords every couple of months? Those sorts of rules. Then you've got review of user policy. So this is less technical and more to do with people. So what are your rules for your organization when a new teacher arrives, or when a teacher gets fired for doing something that they shouldn't? Do you automatically disable their account? That type of thing. So remember, you only need to state any 2. You don't need to describe them for these marks. You just need to write them down. And then in the next video, we're going to go through how to get these answers for question 6a. So let's go through the keywords and the command words here. So command word is describe. What are we describing? Well, let's have a look. A school wishes to install software that can monitor and control student activities whilst they're logged in to desktop computers on the school network. Some suitable programs are open source, whilst others are proprietary. We need to describe advantages and disadvantages of both open source and proprietary. So I'd recommend you have a look at the keyword activities, and the links are in the description underneath this video. Find out what open source means, remind yourself what proprietary means, and then you need to write down advantages and disadvantages. 4 marks available for this. I'd recommend that you say 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. So you could say an advantage of open source, an advantage of proprietary, a disadvantage of open source, and a disadvantage of proprietary, and you'd get your full marks. Okay, hope this has been useful, and we'll go through how to get to the answers in the next video.